What's up, YouTube? Anubis Black is back again to talk about more Nickelodeon games. And the title I shall be talking about today is the first and only Hey Arnold video game that is officially released outside of Nick.com. And yeah, I know the Hey Arnold property has appeared in plenty of other crossover style Nicktoons games, but this one solely belongs to him. Based around the theatrical movie from 2002, this game is also the first of its kind that I've addressed here on this channel, but it is not the only movie-based Nick game that the company has produced, as I'm sure some of you already know. Most of which happen to be kind of decent, and I'm honestly shocked there's so many of them, especially compared to Cartoon Network. But hold up, we're not even going to go off into a tangent about that. Let's just get on with the review. Now, Hey Arnold the movie released about a month before the actual film for some odd reason, and it was developed by our good friends at Ultron Studios, who I'm sure most of you are familiar with by now, and of course published by who else but THQ. It's not like they haven't published a majority of these Nicktoons games. But yeah, anyway, Hey Arnold the movie game is another 2D action platformer that basically follows the Cliff Notes version of the film's plot, where Arnold and his friends have to save the neighborhood from being torn down by this evil big business guy. And I will say that for a licensed movie tie-in game such as this, it's actually pretty good in my opinion. I like the gameplay for the most part. It wasn't a flawless experience, but I never found myself getting too frustrated with the controls or the mechanics. Instead of just being another run-of-the-mill platforming game, this title will add a little variation to what you can do control-wise, as well as the objectives, like dropping off letters and mailboxes, or searching for keys or old photographs, for example. There will also be different projectile weapons you can pick up and throw at enemies, like tomatoes or basketballs, and if you don't have either of those, you can power slide to knock them over or shoot bubblegum to stun them. Most of the time, you play as Arnold, obviously, but in some levels you can also play as his best friend Gerald and his grandparents, and, spoiler alert for the late game, Helga Pataki herself. In fact, this game has a whole alternate story mode where you can play as Helga for the whole thing, and sometimes she will have unique dialogue and interactions during the cutscenes. I was pleasantly surprised to see so many playable characters in this game, and I appreciate that extra little bit of effort to give it some longevity, which is a good thing for these kinds of games. Anyway, in typical fashion, there are also a few boss battles in this title, and they're just okay. Two of them, particularly Nick's apartment and the bathroom fight, are kind of annoying, but still overall just okay. Like I said, this game follows the general plot of the movie to a T, so if you have already seen it, you should know how the story unfolds, so I won't have to waste my time recapping it, or you could just go see the movie if you haven't. But yeah, I'd say overall, Hey Arnold the movie game is a decent time that doesn't overstay its welcome, and thankfully has a pretty damn catchy soundtrack too that accurately fits the settings it takes place in, and had me humming along to some of the tunes even after I stopped playing. So, in conclusion, if you like Nickelodeon movie-based games or just like Nickelodeon games in general, and you have about 2.5 hours to spare, I'd say try it out sometime. Alright, for the next episode of my Nicktoons Games Marathon, I will be talking about some of the Fairly Odd Parents games on Game Boy Advance. Thanks for watching, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again in the next video. Alright, bye-bye.